movie notes on The Rookie, 2002 film, 6 October 2024 viewing. I'm Tanis Corley Leonardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, and this is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonardi. And for this viewing, the description I came up with is it's a biographical film about a high school science teacher and baseball coach, Jim Morris, and his journey to making his Major League Baseball debut when he was approximately 35 years of age in approximately 1999. What does this mean? I was alive for this. Yes, I was born in the early to mid 1990s, and this movie, this is from the public library system, this particular copy, but it entered the family via I think it was my dad. And there's a kid in the movie, this is the guy's kid, and I remember at some point I was like, oh, this just happened, right? So the movie came out 3 years after the debut, and I was like, this dude was a big deal, okay? And so it entered the family, and I remember watching, I was like, so if this kid is like 6 to 10 years of age in the movie, and this happened in 1999, so the kid was born like 1989 to 1993. He's my sister or my age. Like, whoa! Like, so when I realized that when I was growing up, and I was like watching it again this time, and I was like, yeah, this is like, you know, like the dad might not be like my age, but the kid. And so I was like, that was kind of an interesting thing in watching this one. Fast turnaround. High profile guy, very high caliber guy, and debuted at approximately 35 years of age. Okay, so that's a big deal. So about the 8 to 10 minute mark, when he was a kid in his family, so these are movie notes from this viewing, and a little bit of context. So at about the 8 to 10 minute mark in the movie, when he was a kid, his family moved from Florida to Texas. And the movie depicts his family as moving with a U-Haul. I was like, whoa, yeah, there was a U-Haul back then. Later in the movie, a little bit past the 1 hour mark, he goes to try out for the Tampa Bay Rays, Florida. So lots of work in Florida, as American football was more of a hit/social thing than baseball in Texas. So they make a point of that, like, Texas isn't really the place to pursue baseball, so if he wants to do that, he gets to go back to Florida, which is actually was where his baseball dreams were born when he was living there. Before he moved as a kid, he was like into baseball, and then they moved from Florida to Texas, and baseball wasn't really a thing anymore. It was football. So then it was like, so then if he wants to be on MLB, Major League Baseball, he's gonna go for the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Ray Bays. Tampa Bay Rays. There we go. Something like that. Manta rays. The sea creature. The marine animal. Okay. By the time he tried out, so at the beginning they mentioned arm injury. So he had arm injury / surgery, and then he had recovered by the time he went and tried out. So there was a reason why he didn't go through to Major League Baseball debut when he was younger. And he fit the criteria scouts were looking for this time when he tried out. He pitched fast. Not all pitchers are hired for their speed of pitch, right? So he was a bit lucky in his timing, right? And he fit what they were looking for when he tried out. He pitched balls faster than anyone else, meaning since the others were not as fast, they were not hired for speed, right? They were hired for some other reason. I reckon it was a hard journey going against the industry standard of young and not as fast, right? Older and faster at age of debut, right? In sports these days, you know, what was the cutoff we came up? If you debut under 20, that's the standard, right? So like he was like my age, 30 plus, okay. Well, he's okay. Point B, 30 plus, we'll do that. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Maybe this is what my Cristiano's path to midfielder may work a bit like it might work a bit like this movie. Late start. So are we both in our 30s? Like, here we come, babe, with the squirrels. Our children are the squirrels, and with or without them, I'm like I'm the supportive wife with my Cristiano. I'd be happy to be his support team. So with the squirrels, please take us, they say. And then thinking through my own life. So getting a late start as being an analyst, or getting a late start with a PhD in Italy path. Right? Well, because like PhDs are what the average age in PhD is late 20s, and I'm early 30s, so I'm a little bit late for that, late start. and that's the average, right? So let's go with the analyst. Was this, so fleshing that out, was the starting salary amount I said for me, Tanis Corley Leonardi, of $211,519, was that in United States of America dollars or Great British pounds? If it is David Beckham as my employer, can I make it Great British pounds? If yes, then whichever has higher value per exchange rates at the start of contract / signing me of contract. That's the one. I want to make more money. Okay. Additional billable hours category. So for the me working for David Beckham as analyst, this is the in-person spectation with hour counting as hour in-person spectating. Incentivizes attending. Yes. So essentially, if I'm there for an hour, I get paid for an hour. That's it. Right. So it's not to put in the, driving to and from, just the spectation, right, is because as a billable hour, because it's supposed to incentivize actually being at the competition, so there's something for me to analyze, right, in my brain. I collect data with me in my eyeballs, in my nose, in my ears, am I tactile? Am I eating concessions? Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay, so there's an analyst fleshing out. Then let's do the PhD in Italy path fleshing out. So what do I teach? I haven't. What do I teach? Lower division mathematics. That was actually an option at the University of California, Berkeley. There was like the in-department stuff, and then there were some departments like physics where just like it was so swamped with grad students they kind of had to figure something else out. And so like you could actually teach, like depending on what availability was, there were like sign up sheets for like lower division mathematics. There were sign up sheets for like political science in different like ethnic studies and stuff. So I was like, okay, if something like that happened in Italy too, maybe political science, it might actually be interesting in a different country and could potentially learn a lot, both in terms of course content and how to talk / not talk about different issues. Might turn out to be very helpful in science. Yes, right? It's about learning cultural norms. And so if I'm in a different country and I'm already a bit like, maybe just accentuate that. So I'm like, whoa, okay, I went too far and I didn't even know there was a barrier there. That's not okay in Italy. Can I apply that to my science? Okay, it applies in science. Don't do that. Okay, so I was like, that one might be okay. Another one, volcanology. Yes. Right. If my advisor really wants me to do that at a particular institution, so it would be like teach volcanology or be a teaching assistant in volcanology at a particular institution, I am even willing to travel to teach. Volcanology would be a fun one to teach in Italy. It would be cool to share what I could via my second YouTube channel. All right, the academia channel. Be like, prof. School, do I get to put lectures up? What can I post, if anything? I mean, I could talk about it, right? What am I doing for class and how am I preparing and stuff like that? But like making sure I have approval, right? Like, and then if we wanted like stuff, right? Because if I'm teaching a curriculum and it's somebody else's, then that might not be allowed via the school, right? There's copyright. Like posting something without their permission might be like. And like treating it as a thing, it might be copyright infringement, right? Because it is the original content, but then it's instructional. So like keeping that in mind, like, do I need institutional approval? Yes. Well, how do I get that? No. Well then, can I at least talk to somebody? Make sure that's the case. So there we go. That was what I could come up with. The rookie, right? Me getting started in those things would be, I'd be 30 plus years of age category as well. So I'd be a late comer, kind of like this guy was when he made his Major League Baseball debut when 30 plus. So there we go. Those movie notes on the rookie 2002 film, 6 October 2024.